Hi, this is Ellie Kushner back with another video for homebound dancers. One thing that I think all dancers know they want to work on is core strength, and that can mean a lot of different things. One thing that's involved in core strength is the ability to stabilize the lower back and the pelvis, so the lumbar pelvic region, and that means holding it steady while you move other parts of your body, but it also means coordinating it and organizing it in a healthy manner. So before starting to just strengthen your abs and doing a million crunches, if that's your protocol, let's start with just some general awareness of that region of the body. All right, so meet me on the floor. Okay, so here we are lying in a hook lying position. And I always invite dancers to just take a moment to scan their body, noticing where they're making an imprint in the mat. So where a little dent may exist in the soft yoga mat due to the weight of your body, and where there are gaps. So sort of learning the topography of your spine and trunk. For most of us, we'll have some weight at our pelvis and probably a little gap behind our low back, and then some amount of weight at the ribs, and then a gap behind the neck, and then of course weight at the skull. And for some people, that gap in the low back might be very large and they might not have a lot of contact at the rib cage. And for some people, their assumed natural position might be to kind of press their back onto the floor. And we want to find a neutral, which means there are curves in the spine. Our sacrum has some contact with the mat. The gap at the low back is very low and modest. And most of the ribs are in contact with the mat. That's hard for a lot of dancers. So trying to get as much of these lower ribs, 10, 11, 12, 9, 10, 11, 12th ribs, down near or onto the mat. And then the curve in the spine may vary at the neck depending on the person. Once you have a sense for that, you can bring your hands to your pelvis and just start by doing a little breathing, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Some dancers might find that because they work their abs so much all the time, that their breathing doesn't resonate throughout their whole core. And if your body is too stiff, you can't build strength. So taking a little time just to acknowledge the dynamic abdominal wall as you inhale and exhale. It should rise a bit as you inhale and fall a bit as you exhale. Your diaphragm moves down towards the base of your pelvis as you inhale. And then it glides towards the roof of your mouth as your lungs compress on the exhale. Let's exhale really slowly for 2 breaths. And again, when you're ready, you'll take another breath in. Maybe suspend it for a moment and exhale as slowly as you possibly can, starting to invite some tone into your diaphragm. On your next breath, you're going to inhale to increase the arch in your low back a little bit. And as you exhale, you're going to flatten your back towards the mat. And again, as you inhale, you're going to arch your back a little bit. And as you exhale, you're going to flatten your back towards the mat. I'm going to give you more information as you go along. Keep that action going. When you inhale and arch your back, really see if you can make that arch come from low down in your spine. And when you flatten your back, really coordinate it with your breath and try to hollow out your abdominal region. As you inhale, keep your ribs close to the mat. A lot of dancers are tempted to just arch from their mid-back. See if you can really figure out, how do you arch your tail, your sacrum, your low spine, your lumbar spine. And then as you exhale, really following that sort of tidal movement and flattening your spine. Do that just a few more times. Inhaling to arch a little bit. And exhaling to flatten. Notice that you're extending your hips here. As you inhale and arch your back, you're flexing your hips. See if you can do that without getting tension in the front of your hips. Can you create that low arch just from your back muscles? And then when you flatten your back, can you elongate your back muscles as you engage your core in the front, your abdominals in the front? And just do that a couple more times, rocking back and forth, elongating the front and activating the back as you inhale, reversing that and engaging the front as you elongate the back on an exhale. Good, we'll pause there before going on.